So I'm talking with the Reverend Dr. Jermaine McKinley. She is the pastor at Bethesda Presbyterian Church in Pittsburgh. And Jermaine, your congregation is doing some great things with a program called Senior Interns. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Okay, the volunteers or the participants who are actually doing a lot of the work and the outreach in the community, they are from a senior intern program through the Urban League. We've also in the past used senior interns from AARP, from the Senior Corps of Volunteers. Sometimes we get them from Youth Match. I've also gotten them from local companies and that participate and go out and do volunteer service. But in this particular cycle in post-COVID, I was made aware of the fact that I could get senior interns who needed to be trained. And so I am their trainer. I am teaching them new things and new skills because now in post-COVID, some seniors need to have extra income, and you get to have a conversation with them and find out some of the things that they are able to do. And we have been blessed here at Bethesda, which is a limited resource in terms of finance, as well as in terms of human resources. And so for me to be able to get 3 interns who are 50 plus, and we're in a community that has 4 senior buildings. And even though in the past 2 years, the community demographics have changed a lot, when they came, I said, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do asset mapping. So I'm adding to their skill list as we look at and reevaluate the congregation, and taught them how to go through the building and, identify the areas that can be used and things of that nature. We're also improving their office skills, their word processing skills, because I have a varied background in technology and training. So I was able to get them because I am a host training site for them. In return, I had 3 wonderful Christian seniors who are excited about being able to give back to the community and have helped to develop programs, because I wanted this to be something that would excite them so that they would actually, go out and do the recruitment. They're also learning how to do community organizing and convening, but to go out and to develop programs. And so they're doing a Miracle Monday worship and praise. They have beautiful voices. I told them that they were more than welcome, since we are in a church, if you guys want to focus yourselves when you come in the morning, through prayer or what have you. And they said, oh, great. And then they immediately broke into song and praise and prayer. And I was like, wow, would you be willing to share that with the community? And so Miracle Mondays was born out of their enthusiasm and love for God. There's one of the seniors is a former trainer, in addition to being a former banker. And so on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Val, the trainer, who comes in and she does exercises. Matter of fact, if you had done this around the 10 o'clock hour, you could have seen them out there doing their chair exercises. I'm usually the one in the back where they're saying, come on, Rev. And I'm saying, okay, I'm moving my knees up and down, but it's their enthusiasm. And each one has a specialty. And then they're doing something called Wonder-Filled Wednesdays, where they have an open mic and they have poetry readings and songs or what have you on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. But these are their programs. And to teach them how to do the program in terms of the scheduling, you can't schedule beyond this. And this is how you count out the time. This is what you need to do in order to do it. This is how you create a flyer. No, okay, go back and then we'll try it again. So it's a combination of a learning process for them, so that if they decide to leave, although they keep telling me they're not going anywhere, that even if this program disappears, that they are staying. But if they need income to help them to be able to develop skills and new talents and overcome any fears, because I believe right now, any one of them could very easily go and become the volunteer coordinator or the events coordinator at any senior building because of the things that they are learning how to do. They're also involved in voter registration, because this happens to be the cycle. So we're doing nonpartisan voter registration and information, and they're learning how to engage people, and they're just simply becoming wonderful at it. But in terms of Bethesda and how we use this kind of thing, limited resources, financially as well as human. We are a remnant congregation, basically over 80. Sometimes I'll say 85, 95, can I get 100? And when we reach out into the community, it is quite often through volunteers. And so all of the local nonprofits that offer volunteers, like in this area, we have Garfield Jubilee, Bloomfield Garfield Association, I tried to scribble some of them down. The Urban League, of course, we've done business with. We also do business with the local high schools. We look for most high schools have a requirement for high school seniors. Before you graduate, you have to have done some sort of social service community type project. So I have no problem tapping into the high schools and saying, I need a wall painted. Don't you guys need some time? Or better yet, the weeds around the church are overflowing and we need somebody to come and help us. Oh, if you got somebody who wants to come and help us shovel the snow, we have a spot for you. And so if there are churches like ours across the denomination or any denomination that has limited human and physical resources and not a lot of people, then I encourage them to please, whatever you do, look around and tap into those organizations and those individuals that will allow you to actually do ministry, because you will surprise yourself. We've had students as far away as Rochester, New York, come down to Pittsburgh in order to help us because they were looking for some place to go and they heard that this was a great place to go. As long as you're willing to give folks floor space, cook them some spaghetti, toss on a local Italian bread, maybe a salad, they are willing to come. People want to be engaged. We have the resources. Every church has the resources in their community. They just have to figure out how to tap into it. And in some cases, it may be as simple as being a partner with a bigger, more affluent church that might be willing to come in and to assist. That's my story. But right now, the emphasis is on these senior volunteers. I thought about having them sit behind me and say, here's one, and here's one, because they are absolutely positively wonderful. And the give back is that we're giving them additional skills in order to add to their resume if they ever have to leave.
Reverend Dr. McKinley, thank you for taking some time to share about this unique ministry. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.